got ourselves together and two over on team. Oh, going big old Tauren. I like it. And two swapping it around. We got by BG Man Bob. What is his name? BG Man Bob. By G Biggie Man Bob. I don't understand. It's retro here as well as SP as well as TM Forest. It looks like Jean DJANGAR. Jean. We'll call him Jean, I guess. Yo, this song doesn't fit the duels, dude. Need something a little bit more deadly, like the Pharaoh putting up the bleeds onto Jean. Yo, the song gotta switch. As Jean goes for a big old leg sweep. Gonna be big damage onto Biggie. But looks like the flesh kept held on strong. Still blasting him with big damage. As a carrion monk, not something we see all that often. Most of them will go Necrolord. But maybe it's prepping when some of the Necrolord changes. Big kicks onto Biggie. Wall is off. Touch of death. The wall cannot save you through the touch of death. This is giving you that big touch, the bad touch. Anta going to be up next as Jean went and took out the Feral quite fast, as is going to be Anta prepping a big old judgment. It is midair. Jean is going to get domed in by it. Is going to set himself apart port just to make sure there's mobility away from Anta as Anta gets himself a slow. Jean reflect that slow back into Anta, playing it very defensively, burning off a diffuse magic. I think maybe a little bit early. That diffuse magic might have happened maybe a tad early. As Jean is looking at himself for a bit of a reset away from Anta, getting some cooldowns back. Waiting, he gets a win on standby in 40 seconds, so I guess he could wait out for it. No trinket for a while. The Paladin could make a big go here without a monk, with no trinket. Blind, maybe Anta going for big damage. Seraphim wings up and everything. Get the big hammer procs into hammer just as Jean has no response to it. Once big hit, second big hit. Oh, the double knockout didn't take him out with the procs. Took him out with a big old 1-2-1-2 hammer. As soon as he's out of a trinket, the blind and the stun put you in a control for like what, 8 seconds. Masterfoot gonna be up next. Instead of a feral druid, it is a Boomkin though. So open up with massive convoke. Spirits onto Anta. Shield of Vengeance up immediately. Does it break? It does break as Masterfoot is on the chase. Is going to pick himself up a Starburst to get a knock up onto Anta in case Anta tries to get aggressive. Knocking up the Paladin for a second. Picking up a second, but chasing up with Star Surge. Flash of Light getting silenced, interrupted. Anta could be in big trouble. Into a Star Surge. Masterfoot landing. That masterful silence. The knockups and the damage it offers to an Incarn is actually quite huge. Getting a knockup onto TM before he gets the proper opener. Not going to get the rake opener into a Skull Bash onto the Cyclone. That's going to be TM. Trinketing out of that war. And Masterfoot was able to quickly get a trinket out of TM Forest. Try to see if you can juke around him with a soul shape. TM is still going to be able to put up some bleeds. Masterfoot with a bark skin. Frenzied regen. Shackles to try to hamper his own healing. Masterfoot try to see if he can break the shackles. Will not be able to. Maybe he can just heal right through it. TM needs to not be able to catch himself in a reset. If he catches a reset, this could be really bad for Masterfoot. Going for that juke. Does get the juke off, and TM is going to have to chase after him. Masterfoot might have been able to escape the worst of the feral druid, and I think he hit him with a root as he's trying to cut across. I think he straight up hit him with a root as he's trying to jump from one edge to the other. He just hits him just to make sure the feral drops back down. I thought TM honestly made a mistake, but he didn't. It's actually the root that pulled him down. TM is going to go for a full re-fleshcraft. Masterfoot seeing maybe he can get an interrupt around the corner. Did have a silence available, but just couldn't get the angle. Knocking TM back for a second. The Pharaoh is still holding on to a big, I guess he did reform a new fleshcraft, but he does have a big one. Silence on TM, knocking him up with a Starburst. Thorns is up for Masterfoot, trying to see maybe he can go for another juke. Does get it twice in a row now. TM better be careful next time he sees Masterfoot going for a juke. It's going to be a root as he's trying to get it close to him. Doesn't get knocked down with that root towards the ground this time. Masterfoot jumping under. Does he have himself a big re-heal? Going to be that big frenzy regen as he goes on emergency healing, or maybe he's playing the Barkskin Lego. We'll see if he goes into bear form as Barkskin is about to end, trying to land a Cyclone. Not switching back to Barkskin, not switching back to bear form. I was wondering if he was maybe running that bear legendary where while in bear, if you press Barkskin, when it starts and when it lands, you get a Iron Fur as well as a Frenzy Regen, which is a pretty big heal. Thorns up for Masterfoot with a Frenzy Regen. Got himself a bit of healing. TM Forest has an interrupt if he needs to. TM Force without any defenses though. Gonna be that Fury does not follow him. It's gonna be knocked back with a leap by TM with an interrupt on the regrowth. Masterfoot jumping down as a bear with a quick roar into TM Force. The dots are rolling, so they'll break him out of the roar. No way. Unless you CC him. Does he stun him? Stun to Masterfoot could be the end to the Boomy Druid right here. And I think TM is going to be able to lock it down with Volv on the chase as a Necrolord Hunter. Not playing that Vente business, still sticking to that Necrolord. I wonder if he's gonna switch around. What's up, gaming? How you doing, my man? Cyclone by TM Forest, as Wolf is gonna sit at CC for a second. SP looks like he's running out there for a second. SP picking up the eyes, I think. Wait, no, maybe, I don't know what's going on. Maybe SP thought the Feral died. Maybe SP thought the Feral did die. A second. It was like, he thought that maybe Masterful was on his team. Wolf is up, got him a Death Chakram, flying, switching around TM Forest with a Shackles Addiction as the Feral trying to get some healing. The stun by the pets is keeping him locked down, is going to have those necrotics on him for a little bit. Is he going to try to heal through it? He's actually burning that frenzied region a little early. Is going to have some of that healing go into those necrotics. Unable to get the full recovery. Quick feint death by Wolf. TM Forest needs to get the bleeds back up on the Hunter if he wants to have a victory here. Drinking out of that maim. TM Forest back at the bear form. Got himself yet another frenzied region for a quick heal. Maybe try to go for a Cyclone Interrupt. Used really early by Wolf, but TM Forest is still super low in health. Shackles him addiction of his own as he has no other choices. Decided just to go, maybe I can get counter aggressive. And Wolf with a quick feint death does hop into a camo. The pets are not dotted, so SP is going to have a bit of time trying to find this Hunter. At least the other set of eyes is waiting for him. Picked up the first set of eyes maybe a little early. Wolf in that camo getting dotted up with DPs on him. He could feint death just to remove him. SP dropping down a Void Eruption or Void Torrent with all the dots, all the pets coming out. Wolf is going to feint death for a second. SP needs to get those pets attacking Wolf as soon as possible. Looks like the pets are not losing aggro on Wolf. Looks like they are still going chasing. The mage is trying to get some cast, but he's going to get line of sight hard. SP better kind of kite Wolf around, so at least Wolf is going to attack by some of his best as the mages is trying to ramp up some damage. Quick feint death. The mages does lose track of Wolf for a second, but then regains it. Trinket for SP as he's surrounded by the pets as well as Wolf, but the Bestial Wrath keeping one of the C-Rexes still rolling. Big Void Eruptions. It looks like maybe the pets are going to get horrored out, but SP is unable to land those Void Eruptions on Wolf as the turtle shell comes out as a massive defense. PI on the Shadow Priest, trying to close the gap, is going to interrupt Wolf on the Manic Bandages. Beastmaster Hunters have had access to Manic Bandages, a very interesting one, by the way. Big Eruption, second one with Megalomania, most likely. Wolf does get taken down, where this Eruption is coming down, crashing upon him, putting him in a horror effect, causing him to flee, unable to react. Krager charging his arms warrior, big charge, Stormbolt onto SP, Warbreaker, and he's looking to break SP in half. Interrupt him on the Shadow, could maybe be big damage. SP got himself a bit of shields. With the Disperse, decided to use it right here versus Kragar is going to just slink away. Does Kragar get the charger around the corner? He does not yet. Is Kragar a flesh crafter? Is he a Necrolord? Is he a crafter? A master flesh crafter? Quick reflect for SP. Doesn't think reflect, maybe a dispeller. So Fear to Kragar is going to have himself the banner. Stormbolt onto SP. Does not have a trinket or anything. Maybe Kragar takes him out right here. Executing him down, and Kragar coming back in. Rolling back in here with a massive execute. It's Retro. Up next. Shield of Venus rolling really early versus Kragar with a blind. Does Kragar trinket it? That is going to be cooldowns. Kragar seeing this cooldowns, leaping away with that trinket. Mighty Bob parry here. Hodge, does Retro have enough damage to finish off Kragar? Or does the warrior? Doesn't even get a chance. Literally, that Wake of Ashes sliced him in half. Big damage out of both of them. But Kragar's the one that took the final blow. I did not expect for Wake of Ashes to do that much damage there. Necrolord words are scary. Yo, I think Retribution Paladins are scary too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Now, after seeing him just press Wake of Ashes. I mean, that ability can sometimes hit really hard. Don't get me wrong, but damn. That would be really hard. Retro down on wings, but it doesn't mean that the Paladin is out of secrets, out of moves. Seraphim is mostly what he needs. Maybe get a big old hammer proc. I don't even know if this guy's a Kyrian. Most likely is. Like 98% chance they're all Kyrian. With like a 2% chance of like Night Fae or something. Trinket out of Retro, trying to maybe make some big damage happen. It is going to try to make damage with his Seraphim versus Hans. Wait, what's his name? Hansberg. Hansberg? It has to be Hansberg. That's going to be Retro. Still going on the chase, surrounded by the pet as well as the hunter, trying to see if he can deal with the damage. Freeze Trap catches him into a bubble. Hansberg might be in big trouble here unless he can wait out the bubble and not take damage. Still holding on to Turtle Shell. Trinket available for Hansberg. Retro trying to heal up behind the pillar. We are hitting that 12-minute mark. 43% dampener, boys. So the healing reduction is quite high. Retro, I believe, is getting a proc wings, not real wings. Yeah, that was a proc wings. I don't know how much healing he really did in that, Wake of Ashes is getting used, just trying to build holy power. Even if he can't touch, Hansberg needs to get up in melee. Maybe go for a blind war stump. Does he have the damage? Seraphim is up. Blessing of Protection for him. Hansberg cannot remove Blessing of Protection. Has to burn a turtle. Retro does actually get himself some immunity. The freezing trap could solve it though, and does drop a freezing trap down as Hansberg finds himself kind of twisted. A little bit twisted. Hansberg catching that interrupt on the holy. No bubble, no bop. Retro only has Shield of Vengeance and whatever damage he's got. I feel like the final verdict, the final reckoning just hit a pillar. I don't even know if it touched Hansberg. Stun onto Retro. Hansberg got himself the range. The pets are on him. Got himself a little bit of healing. Retro could be in big trouble. Execute's coming out and looks like the Retro man goes down as Hansberg does chase him down. He hunts him down. Man, look at those numbers. The ones on the whole team. Everybody got a chance to play. And that is my favorite all-time duels, is when everybody gets a chance to participate